about it at all. And I'm putting out a little statement. I'm going to respond to the Ayatollah's statement yesterday that we won the war. Oh, God, we won the war. And I said, look, you're a man of great faith, a man who's highly respected in this country. You have to tell the truth. You got beat to hell. And Israel was beat up too. They were both beat up. And it was a great time to end it. It was quick. They got the hate out. There was a lot of hate. It would be great if they didn't have that hate. But the last thing they're thinking about is nuclear weapons right now. Please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Iris Tao with NTD Research Media with the Epoch Times. Thank you so much for doing this. It's very refreshing for all of us here in this room.
It's refreshing.
Very refreshing. Yes, we have to have this, and
I understand what you mean.
So thank you so much for coming out here.
Other than Caroline's done a great job.
Yes.
You're referring to the past administration, not to Caroline, right?
Yes. Back to the ruling today, if you don't mind. So you have always talked about winning for the American people.
Right.
How do you think today's ruling will enable you to further deliver for American families and workers across the country, not only when it comes to immigration, but also when it comes to trade, energy? What actions are most eager to move forward?
Well, I think
now?
taking power away from these absolutely crazy radical left judges is a tremendous. This is such a big day. It's like. It's sort of sad because we're doing the signing at 3:00, and this may very well dominate the signing of a big war that was going on and really affecting the continent of. Think of it, the entire continent of Africa was being affected. We're settling that war today, and this will probably be a headline. But this is a very big moment, and it gives power back to people that should have it, including Congress, including the presidency. And it only takes bad power away from judges. It really doesn't take power. It takes bad power, sick power, and unfair power. And it's really going to be, this is a very monumental decision. Yeah, please.
Yes, President, thank you very much. On July 9th, is that July 9th date set for tariffs to snap back? Or could there be a...
We can do whatever we want. We could extend it. We could make it shorter. I'd like to make it shorter. I'd like to just send letters out to everybody. Congratulations, you're paying 25%. He doesn't want. He's a much nicer person than I am. He's in a good mood. So how do you finish it up?
Who are you considering for the Federal Reserve then? And are you speeding up that process? I see Secretary.
Oh, he's terrible. I mean, I have a list of things. We're like 38 on the list. We pay, Cameroon and different places are paying the same as us. Because, you have somebody sets a rate at 4% or 4.5%. It's hard to go out and say we should be paying 1% when you have your so-called experts doing it. And the sad part is, as per the question that you asked about tariffs, we've had the tariffs and we have less inflation than we had before. What we have is a hell of a lot more money, a hell of a lot more income, and we shouldn't be paying a rate like that. In other words, when we pay a rate, I'll tell you, each point is the equivalent of $300 billion. So if we had it down 3 points, because I think we should be at 1, you have Switzerland is at 0.25. In other words, 25% of 1%. And they're the number 1 right now, but we should be the number 1. And soon you're going to have, I think you're going to have where the people will pay will pay like we had a few years ago, where you put up money, you loan money. And I mean, you actually, instead of paying, you get paid. I love that. I don't know if it's any good, but I love it where you put up money and you get paid. But we should be in a category. So we should be at the top of the list, not toward the bottom of the list. But we have a man who's not a smart man. And he probably has Trump derangement syndrome. And he's just not a smart person. What he's doing, though, he's hurting us for years to come. Because if we borrow money at 2 points higher than we should be paying, that's $600 billion. Wouldn't you say those numbers are about right, Scott? So it's 2 points would be about 600, actually more than that, but about $600 billion, all because the guy doesn't want to lower the rates. He's doing the service, a very disservice. And then he goes up, talks about, I'd like to see costs come down. He gets up and he does his little thing for 5 minutes, and he goes out and he goes back to the beach. He goes, I'd like to see costs come down. Well, he could lower the interest cost by $900 billion a year. All he has to do is lower rates. And everybody's saying, I was watching some of the business shows today, and they're saying, Trump's right. He should really be cutting. The country's doing well. We have no inflation. Now, despite him, we're doing great. But if we got the rates down, we would be a rocket ship. So I think that'll be it. And I just want to thank everybody. This is a really big day. We've had a big week. We've had a big week. We've had a lot of victories this week. NATO was a tremendous victory. The war was a tremendous. Look, we were talking about this for 30 years about Iran being nuclear. And all I said is it will not be nuclear, and it's not going to be nuclear. And, I want to give credit to a lot of people, and most importantly to our great military. Boy, they put out that fire. Once that happened, once those bombs got dropped, that war was over. That war was over. But I just want to compliment them. Incredible. The general and all of his generals. Pete Hegseth was great. They all. And now I want to compliment Pam. A lot of genius went into this. People, if you don't say it exactly right, if the Supreme Court doesn't get it because it's incorrectly spoken about, and that happens. A lot of cases are lost because they don't say the right words. But I want to correct. She's going to go down as a great attorney general. I may change my mind about that. I don't know. Maybe someday I'll have call and say I was only kidding. She's going to go down as a great attorney general. This was a tremendous win, and we've had tremendous wins, but this was a tremendous win today. So I just want to congratulate you and Todd and your whole staff. Very brilliant people, and we can't forget John Sauer.
That's right.
Who is with. There's a medical emergency within his family, so he's taking care of that. And we said absolutely. So I just want to thank everybody very much. Thank you.
Jeff Bezos on his wedding weekend.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, sir.
And he's had so many different victories over over this last 6 months. I'm not sure if we've ever in history had a better 6 months of a president that is delivering and killing it on all fronts. Honestly, he is killing it. And people are mad. I don't even know why y'all mad. Because I'm gonna address this whole birthright citizenship conversation. I don't know why people are mad. I don't know how people are mad. Dude, the market is on fire right now. The markets are on fire. If y'all didn't buy, and even Trump said it during, when we had first announced the whole trade tariffs and everything like that. And he said, listen, y'all need to be buying hard. You need to be running up a bag. S&P 500 on a pace for record high for the first time in 4 months. What could push the stocks even higher? S&P 500 claims new intraday record as stocks hit for strong weekly gains. If y'all not getting fucking rich off of this, what do y'all want? What do y'all want? What else do you want? He stopped the war. We ain't got to worry about Iran having nukes. The markets is killing it. Illegal migrants is getting removed. Diversity, equity, and inclusion is being abolished now that we can have merit-based programs. We don't have men and women's sports. You can't go in their bathrooms anymore. What else do you want? What else do you want? He is absolutely, positively, in 6 months, he is killing it on all fronts. Every single thing that you can think of. He is absolutely positive. Now he gets a victory in birthright citizenship, which obviously that is aimed at people that is finessing the United States of America and coming over here and trying to have children and then say that we deserve birthright citizenship when that wasn't even for anybody except for descendants of slaves. What else do you want? What else do you want? I can't believe that y'all not getting rich. I can't believe that y'all not getting rich out here. He is and he ain't even, and record low inflation. Record low inflation. What is inflation at? Let me go and see what inflation is at. During the Biden administration, we had inflation at over 10. We got record low inflation at almost 2% in less than 6 months. When Biden was in office, we had inflation at 10 and 12%. I reported on it every fucking day. And you are still complaining? How are you complaining? How are you complaining? How are you not dumping everything that you have? I warned y'all. I've been saying it over the last 2.5, 3 years. I said, y'all not got to get rid of the debt. You got to increase your income, get rid of the debt. Anton, why we got to get rid of the debt? I said, don't buy no cars, don't buy this, don't buy that. So you can dump everything that you have into the investments. Make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat. I said, get rid of it so we can run because it's harder to climb the mountain with rocks in your backpack. Trump came through and said, listen, we about to do these trade deals. We got record revenue from tariffs. He also, I'm going to get to that later on in the day. He also just announced a deal with China today on tariffs. What are you waiting for? What are you doing? I said, when Trump got into office, I said, y'all, this is going to be one of the greatest opportunities for you to have a transfer of wealth of all time. All time. This is going to be one of those generational moments. You will never have a moment like this ever in your lifetime. This is a once in a lifetime opportunity. We get once in a lifetime opportunities. I've been preparing people over and over and over again. I tried to beat it into y'all head every single day. The markets are exploding. I just did a Patreon live stream on fucking Tuesday where I told y'all, listen, you got another once in a lifetime opportunity. This is how I'm leveraging AI. This is what you need to be going into from a career perspective. This is how you can leverage AI from a business perspective. Let me show you some examples. Let me show you what some of the earlier adopters are putting together and all of this. And you're still fucking waiting for the price of a McDonald's wrapper. You spend more money on McDonald's and DoorDash than fucking getting $1 million worth of gaming. You refuse to listen and you just keep on being dusty. And so now you had once in a lifetime opportunity to take advantage of all of the different things that is available to you. And you were so busy getting fucking caught up in whether or not Diddy had baby oil. God damn it, bro. Fucking hey. What up, Yakar? I use the info that was provided in the AI live stream to create an internal tool for my corporate job that will probably save hundreds of people, hundreds of hours of grunt work. I've had the idea for a month and it took me 2 days to create it. I ain't even going to show you some of the other messages that come in on it. That's from the Discord. That's from the Discord. I don't understand what y'all waiting on, bro. Honestly, I genuinely don't understand. What are you doing, bro? What are you fucking doing with your life? Nigga, I'm about to go buy another car based off what is happening in my portfolio. I don't even lift a fucking finger. I just make the moves and I get it. God, Lord, what is wrong with our people? You niggas is still trying to go to Tulum? You still tricking off bottles in a club, nigga? The fuck is you doing? You still trying to impress these scallywags with these pennies? Oh, we gotta keep up with the. Oh man, Trump man bad. Trump man bad. Nigga ain't never bad about making money. Ain't nothing ever bad about making money, bro. Nigga, that's what we want to do. We want to listen. 3 things that we want to do in this lifetime. Maybe 4. We'll throw in a 4th one. Because the 4th one we don't have as much control over. It's 3 things that we want to do. We want to try to make it to heaven if you think that heaven exists. Lord, let me get to heaven. Even if I gotta slide in under the table, let me just get to heaven. Let me make a lot of money so I can change the dynamics of my family and do what I want to do. And let me get a lot of pussy. That's it. What else you want, bro? What else you got to do? And then the fourth one, honorable mention, bless my kids not to be retards. That's it, bro. That's it. If you can get those four things, and most of those things are self-inflicted wounds. Let me get to heaven. Let me get a lot of money. Give me the character that I need to be able to manage it effectively. I want to get some pussy when I get off, you know what I'm saying, after I get into bed tonight. And bless my kids not to be dumb. That's it. That's life. That's you won. You won in life. Fuck all of this complaining. Oh, man, I don't understand Trump. Nigga, Trump is running up a bag for you. He gave you the play. He didn't just give it to his friends. He said, y'all, listen, we're going to get these fucking illegals out of here that ain't supposed to be here. We're going to get rid of these diversity, equity, and inclusion that largely benefit white women. These bitches over here that keep on being on welfare, they're going to have to get a fucking job. We're going to stop Iran. We still working on fucking Russia and Ukraine, and we going to get this money. And you was sitting there with your hands in your pockets complaining. Stupid. Stupid. Dumb as hell. Just dumb for no reason.
Former Deputy Assistant AG. John, thanks for coming on. So let's take a look at the bigger picture when it comes to this case, because this is obviously going to have a ripple effect. The Trump administration has been really frustrated with these nationwide injunctions. There have been 40 of them so far in his second term already. This ruling seems like it has the potential to maybe break the chains off his agenda a little bit here.
I think that's right. This decision frees the Trump administration.
Look at dumbass. We all know. How do you know that he's a dumbass right off the bat? First of all, because he don't got no profile picture. But we're going to use him as an example. Ghost Dog. Maybe we can get rich off of what Ghost Dog is talking about. If you don't live in a blue state, you can't keep dissing on FBA like people. What the fuck are you talking about? Who mentioned anything about FBA? Who mentioned anything about you dusty motherfuckers? Because nobody cares. Nobody cares, bro. Zero, zilch, nada. Nobody cares about you niggas that's complaining about the system. We don't fucking care, bro. Nobody cares. You can't keep living in the system, locked in the system. Okay, my nigga, go and fucking be homeless in a park somewhere and go and rub your hands together in front of a fire. We don't give a fuck, bro. We don't care. Nobody said anything about you and your dusty friends. Nobody cares, bro. You dumb motherfucker. You so broken dumb. Ghost Dog, 36556. Jesus Christ. You broke bitches. Get a job, nigga. Go to work. Get a job, a real job that you can have a paycheck at the end of the month so that you can actually pay your bills with.
From having to run at the beck and call of every single district judge in the country, of which there are almost 1,000. And so what's going to happen now is that the Trump administration will have to stop its executive orders only in the courts where those judges decide against them, but still be able to pursue their policies in the rest of the country. Now, the dissenters in the opinion, let me be clear, this is a very important, significant victory for the Trump administration at the Supreme Court. One, I think that a lot of people did not foresee it back in January or February when the president took office and started issuing the executive orders. Now, the downside is we're going to have fragmentation of federal law throughout the country. This is something the Supreme Court does not want, that most federal courts don't want to tolerate. That's, in fact, why we have an appellate system and the Supreme Court, to make sure there's only one rule of federal law. So what's going to have to happen in addition to this, both for the Trump administration and for the parties that are challenging his rules, is that the Supreme Court is going to have to accelerate the review of questions like the birthright citizenship question, to get them to the Supreme Court faster so that we don't have, say, a district court in Massachusetts and a district court in Texas enforcing different interpretations of the birthright citizenship question.
So now we can get all of you motherfuckers out of here. And it ain't no more having kids inside of the United States of America and calling yourself citizens. You, your parents, and everybody with you gonna have to come over here the right way. And shout out to Trump for continuing to win. Greatest president of all time. Greatest president of all time. And shout out to the Dusties, bro, that don't even understand. We not even gonna care about them, bro. You can't even get in the club. You can't even come to the places that we at. We not worried about it. We not worried about it. You can't come. You can't come in. You can't come in. You only exist. You subscribe so that you can come in here and suck my dick, bro. That's what you are. That you subscribe so that you can be on my nuts, bro. You hanging on to my balls. There's one thread on my balls that I forgot to shave because I'm slim. I'm swimming like a dolphin out here. Balls smooth as eggs, and you're hanging on by the one thread that I missed, my nigga. That's the only reason why we allowing for you to be here, is because we don't discriminate against Dusties. Maybe one day you'll wake up and get up out of your dusty ass basement with your ugly ass attitude and your dusty girlfriend that can't even go to the store, and you keep on selling all of her food stamps for EBT for gas money.